soirée, mes amis. So here I am back at the hotel. I've had a lovely long day walking around the streets of Paris and sniffing copious amounts of stuff. Got myself into a slightly tricky situation at one point, but I'll go into that in just a mo. So let me talk you through my day. I was looking to go to Caron, the Caron boutique. I looked up the address on Google, and it was saying it was 99 Rue Faubourg Saint Honoraus. So I put that in Google Maps, took a long walk. It was about 1.5 miles, 2 miles. And I was walking up and down the street where it's supposed to be, and there was a lot of work going on. There's workmen and parts of the road closed, very busy, very loud. And I kept walking past where it was supposed to be on Google Maps, and I couldn't see it. There was no, what do you call it, blind coming down with Caron on it. So I went to exactly the address, 99, and there was a plaque with Caron. So I thought, oh, it's one of those stores you have to go into the building to find it. But there wasn't. It was a locked door and you have to press a buzzer to get them to open the door, whoever they are. But there was no button for Caron. So I was really confused, standing there feeling a little bit confused. And then a lady came out of the main door and I said, oh, is Caron in there? And she says yes. So she let me in the main door. But then there was another door, and this door was locked. So I was between the main door, which I could get out, and then another locked door is standing in the porch. And I just didn't know what to do. I couldn't gain entry. And I started to think perhaps the shop isn't here, but the lady said it was, and there's a sign outside for Caron. So I was there, I'm in an hour in, and sort of just about to think I'll just move on, when a man came out the door, a sort of elderly-ish gentleman, clearly lives there. And I said, oh, Caron, and he didn't speak any English. He didn't know what I was talking about. I said, okay, if I have a look. He said, shrugged his shoulders and let me in. So now I'm in the building, and I walk up to the first floor, which is where Caron is supposed to be. It's just a locked door, like a flat door, but it does have Caron Laboratories on a plaque outside. So I'm clearly in the wrong place. This is not a shop. So I decide to leave, but I couldn't get out of the door. I was stuck in this, what seemed to be a deserted block of flats. I was stuck, like the door would not open. It's got a big keyhole thing, and you're supposed to have a key to put in to let yourself out. So then I find myself going up and ringing the doorbells of all the flats, and no one answered. Nobody was in their flat. No one was coming to let me out. There was a back door, but it was a courtyard going nowhere, so I couldn't get out the back either. So I ended up going up several different floors, pressing buttons, and then one of the flats, actually the one directly above the Caron lab, I could hear lots of noise, but they'd already ignored my doorbell, but I could hear banging. So I banged on their door, and this lady came out who didn't speak any English, and I had to explain in my schoolgirl French that I'd managed to get in the building and I shouldn't be in there and I wanted to get out. And she managed to explain that there is a button that you press and it will let you out. So I'd looked for buttons, I'd done all that, but I thought, okay, she says I can definitely get out. So I went back down and eventually realised you actually press the keyhole and that releases the lock and lets you out. So that's me, safe back on the streets of Paris, out of the building. And then I start wondering and think, well, I'm absolutely not going to try and find Caron now. I give up. So I walked along the street, looked up, and there's Caron. Nice big shop with a lovely blind that says Caron, and it is beautiful. Anyway, long story short, I had a lovely time in Caron. The lady that was working there was really, really warm and let me smell everything I wanted to smell. She gave me a couple of samples. I got to try Nuit de Noël, and I'll do a review of that because she gave me a sample of the Parfum, which I'm so excited to have. So Caron was absolutely stunning and I totally recommend it. Then I went down to Champs-Élysées direction. I thought I'd just wander down in that direction, try and find Guerlain just happen upon Guerlain rather than use up my phone battery to map direct me there, because I'm finding that I'm getting directions everywhere from Google Maps and my phone's running out before I have the chance to get home, which nearly happened. I got home on 1% battery today. So found Guerlain, smelt a few things. I smelt most of what they have. There's a couple of other things in there that I hadn't smelt before. Oh, I need some wine. Oh. My throat's getting dry. Cheers. Long story short, I bought a bottle of, this is the nice leather case that it comes in, and it's Bois d'Harmonie. Let me try and open it for you. Bois d'Harmonie. My fragrant friend Lena from the UK is going to have some of this, so we're sharing this bottle. Can't get it out of the bloody thing. We're sharing this bottle. So this is a new design. My last bottle of this I bought second hand, didn't have that much left. No, I didn't buy it second hand. I bought it and split a lot of it. I didn't have a lot left myself. I think that's what happened. And this is a new design with the sort of leather purpley coloured cap. I'm not sure if I'll be able to unscrew this, because obviously I'm going to split some for Lena, and I'm actually going to put the juice in my old bottle, because that you can unscrew. So hopefully I can unscrew it, save my fingers all that work. That was at the Champs-Élysées boutique. It was nice in there. They weren't very generous with samples. I thought they might be a bit more generous, but all I got was Montale. I mean, you can get those anywhere. Shalimar Soufflé de Parfum. I love it. I have a bottle. Again, it's not that difficult to get a sample. And a Le Petit Robe Noir. So it didn't give me any exclusives. I specifically asked, I've got a fragrant friend who wanted some Shalimar Soufflé Intense, and I specifically asked, and they made me a sample up in there. So nice 3-point-something milliliter sample for that person. But yeah, they weren't that generous to me. Someone recommended I get it from Place Vendôme, and apparently they're very generous, but I only got that message too late. So anyway, it's done. Really happy to have another bottle of Bois d'Harmonie. I love it. It's a beautiful benzoin vanilla fragrance. Very happy. Moving on. I then went to the Montale and Mancera boutique, which is just down the road from Guerlain, although I had to get help finding it on my phone because I can't find anywhere in this bloody place. That's really nice. Absolute ton, a huge array of all their fragrances, plus some exclusive ones. If you go to Delicious Delights, in fact I'll link the video if I remember, she did some shopping in Paris, perfume shopping, and she goes to that boutique and you can see the display from the window. I smelt a few things. One of them is called Amande Oriental, which is, no, that's not it. That's not it. That's Caron. That's it. It's obviously an almond fragrance, nutty, but I loved it when I first sprayed it. Now it's a bit cloying. It's just very sweet, like a lot of Montales. Another one I tried was, oh, that's up my arm a little bit. It's in a blue, I think it's gold or silver with blue on the tin bottle, and it's called Vanilla something. It's a vanilla or Vanilla Chypre, something like that, and that's really nice. Woodsy, incensey kind of vanilla. That's a little bit more interesting to me. I was hoping to find 3 that I like, so I can, because you can buy 3 20ml travel sprays for €70, and I want Mochalat, which is super sweet, rich, almondy, vanilla. Smells like rubbers. I don't mean condoms. I mean erasers that when you're little, if you're lucky enough to get a really nice rubber that smells of sweets and ice creams and vanilla, that kind of stuff. I remember I had one. Someone stole it from me. I loved it that much. I remember how I felt when it went missing. Anyway, that Mochalat smells like that. So it's not anything super exciting as such, but it's a good, comforting, sweet kind of memory scent, a cozy scent. You might not want to wear it a lot because it's a bit sweet and maybe a bit childish, but I just wanted a little bit of it so that I could smell it here and there. But I didn't find another two that I desperately wanted, and I think I was just looking for an excuse to spend money, and actually I don't need to be doing that. Sorry, my throat's really dry. I think, I'm just trying to think, did I go anywhere else? I popped into Sephora because we don't really have them in the UK anymore. We had them a long time ago, but they're gone. Sephora was hell on earth. It was so busy. I walked halfway down and I walked back again. I did notice they had Kilian, they had Dior Privé line, they had quite a lot of Privé lines like Tom Ford's Privé line, but I just couldn't be asked. It was too busy. So that was that. Where else did I go? I've done nothing touristy. I'm really sorry. I haven't gone up the Eiffel Tower. What else can you do here? I haven't gone into any museums. I'm just an absolute heathen. I'm only here for the perfume and the food. Okay, I've been a glutton. The diet is off. That is it for me, I think, for now. I've waffled enough. Okay, so evening time. Just off out to find some food. It's 9 p.m. I've been laying on my bed, reading, eating biscuits, drinking the last of my wine from last night, and just relaxing because I don't think I'm going out partying, not on my own. It's just not going to happen. So I'm just going to go get some food, maybe have a beer, and then I'll come back here again. But you know, it's not about the evening for me, it's about the daytime, it's about the shopping, it's about experiencing Paris. So I've decided to go with my new purchase for my scent of the evening, for my own enjoyment purely. Bit more, I put it on today in the store, but here we go, a little bit extra, Bois d'Harmonie.